Hey, shalom, shalom, Mr. Brother Abayabah from the DC Church, coming at you, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Shemal Shai, by Shemar Kadash, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being whom the world can really call Jesus Christ, by Shem meaning in the name, recall meaning spirit, Kadash meaning holy. These are the names and the powers that I come to you in order to profess the 100% truth and Lord's will seal the elect's faith. Shen Yakabaga will have a cause of claim, now by Aith, meaning double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS in these times, whom the Heavenly Father had enlisted the 100% truth to. And Shalom, wa Barakum, Labakar, Shiasha Allah, peace and blessings be upon the elected nation of Israel, and to the men out there that's pushing this word in sincerity and truth. To you I say Shalom, wa Barakum, peace and blessings be upon you. Now, without further ado, really, this is gonna be a real quick video, but I was meditating on this for the past couple of days. And, you know, like, people have questions as to why we believe things are going to happen in our favor, and we believe in the Bible because, you know, I've had a conversation with an individual that I brought out during the time of service on Saturday, you know, I mentioned that I was talking to someone, and then that person was questioning me about why I believe in the Bible and how can I believe words and live such a restricted life just based off of words that I see in a book. And you know, my response was, to you, they're just words in a book, but to someone who actually believes and has seen and has witnessed the Heavenly Father's power and the magnitude of his power, it's not just words. Because the thing is, the Heavenly Father spoke, and those words were put on a piece of paper for us to be able to access information or intel about the Lord. So we understand that through those words, they actually hold power. You know, there's so much context within that book. And to be honest with you, you know, the Muslims, they typically say our book has never been transliterated, you know, and it hasn't ever been tainted, but the Bible has been translated in so many other languages, so you don't even know if it's proper context within that book. But at the same time, the reason why the Quran was never translated is because it's not fucking true. It only gives more validity to the Bible because this book has been translated so that every single language is able to access these words. And that's part of the reason why it's been translated, because it is the book in which the Heavenly Father has, through his prophets, has conglomerated for us to have a depiction of who he is, how he is, and what the fuck is about to happen. So despite whether you believe the Bible or not, anybody, these elites and everybody who's up in those power seats, they know for a fact that that Bible is true, and that's part of the reason why they have their top elite Bible scholars and what have you that will tell them of these events prior to it happening so that they can do things in tandem with prophecy, all right? But I digress, coming all the way back to the main point that I'm making. You know, I was just sitting there, I was thinking, I was like, you know, thinking about what I need to do spiritually and what I would like the Heavenly Father to aid me in certain aspects of my life. And I was like, damn, like I know I need a sacrifice in order for me to receive that. And I thought to myself, I said, even me believing the fact that if I do happen to sacrifice, the Heavenly Father is going to provide those things is a form of strength. And those are things to be acknowledged. If you have faith in the Heavenly Father, that is a form of strength that a lot of people are not able to obtain. Majority of people are not able to obtain. And it's because they were not selected nor chosen to have that gift. So for you to sit there and say, if I do this in the name of the Lord, he's going to grant me this, and truly believe it and have never seen the Heavenly Father nor have seen a physical manifestation of him, but we've seen his power. We've never seen Yahweh or Yahweh Shai physically manifest in front of us, okay? But we've seen vessels of his power, and we've seen some extent of his power through, you know, whichever circumstances we've been through in which the Heavenly Father has showed himself, okay, through other vessels. Nevertheless, But just having that, just based off of that context and having that as the basis and the foundation of why you believe that these things are going to happen is a form of strength and a form of what's it called? Really, you could say manhood, because fidelity is a manly thing. Nevertheless, you know, being able to use that as the foundation of and the incentive behind why you do certain things is really what pleases the Heavenly Father. You know, and that's really what incentivizes the Heavenly Father to also do these things for you. Because the scriptures say what? Asking you shall receive. In Matthew the 7th chapter. Asking you shall receive. Seeking you shall find. Knocking the door shall be open unto you. Matthew 7:7. And also, I always reference Mark chapter 13, verse 20, and I believe 21, 22. Excuse me. Where it tells us to have faith in the Heavenly Father. You know, and if we have faith the size of a mustard seed, we'd be able to move mountains. But the fact of the matter is, just the sheer thought of, I believe and I know that this is going to happen because the Heavenly Father had reassured me that it would, is the highest form of strength. Because the thing is, the Lord could have cladded us with the hugest muscles and the tallest stature and all this other stuff and what have you. And we could be weaker than a man who has none of those things, who's a fucking midget and believes in the Heavenly Father. Because the thing is, outwardly, it may look like that person is stronger physically, but you don't know where that person's mind is. And it's really not about your mind. It's really not about your physical flesh. It's really about your spiritual mind. That's really where all the strength lies. Because the scriptures talk about how, I believe in the book of Zechariah, that, you know, thy mighty men shall cry there bitterly. Okay? Talking about in the last days. So all these individuals who have physical strength, that shit means absolutely nothing. But the fact that you can believe in a power that you haven't seen yet, but you've seen, you know, bits and parts of the Heavenly Father manifest in your life and in your story, you know, whether it be through deliverances, through trials, tribulations, and the Heavenly Father has preserved you, you know, or whether it has been through things that the Heavenly Father has blessed and granted unto you through you being patient and waiting to receive those things. And I personally, what I say is, there's no possible way that everything in this world, there has to be a God. Like, for men to be able to create the things that they've created and to cultivate the things they've cultivated, and for them to be programmed to be the certain type of way they are, like I think about even humans and how each and every last one of us are so different from each other, but in some way we're the same. And then, like, when you break humans down to a science, you get to the molecular breakdown of the actual human body. It's too precise. It's too calculated. Like, these things are super duper calculated. And it's not just something that you can explain physically, you know? So that's what really makes me believe in the Heavenly Father. Even just, you know, when I close and open my eyes and I look at the earth itself, like, you have so many different levels of foliage and so many different cloves and leaves and what have you. And all these things have a DNA, all of them have an atom, all of them have a molecule. It can all be broken down to the smallest decibel of what it actually is. And all of it differs from each other. And it's like, there's no possible way that this wasn't made without the power of the Heavenly Father. And being the fact that we can physically see these things and physically know that that's the truth, why we can't just give that credit to a man. All right, we have to give that credit to a being, and that being is Yahweh and his son, Yahushua HaMashiach, whom with the elect and with the Elohim, or the elect, you know, created these things. All right. And that's what gives me faith. That's what lets me know that the Lord is real. Those are the things that, you know, don't necessarily have to, well, in my case, I don't necessarily have to be explained to me. And that's part of the reason why I don't need to see the physical manifestation of the Heavenly Father in order to believe in him. Because those things are present. It's like there's already so much evidence in front of me that proves that everything in this book is real and everything that the Heavenly Father had said is real. outside of prophecy, outside of it being historically accurate, outside of the conduct that it tells us we're supposed to have, outside of the law. Like, there's so many things that are present just within your everyday life to let you know that the Heavenly Father is real and the Heavenly Father is an existing being. Excuse me. And that's what motivates me and incentivizes me to do exactly what's bidding for me to do, all right? And furthermore, for me to have faith in the things that I'm doing, so just believing, and this kind of all goes back to really the one word. I'm gonna name this video Lord's Will Faith, but it all boils down to that, because without having physically seen these things and knowing that information, I still believed in the Heavenly Father prior to me having that information, because we are obviously, well, I ain't gonna say obviously, but we are programmed to trust and believe in a power that's higher than us, because that's what it says in Romans, I believe, the 15th chapter, verse 4. We have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. All right? Or maybe 10. Don't quote me on it, Salakia. I'm just making this in the spirit. Nevertheless, we have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. And that's part of the reason why, without having the knowledge, we still have some sort of incline toward the Heavenly Father. All right? But, I was sitting here, I was thinking, this individual said that to me, and I was just like, I don't necessarily need all this evidence to believe in the Lord. I believe in him because he's already done so much for me in my life. He's transformed my mind, he's transformed my way of thinking, transformed my spirit, my interactions with people, my knowledge, my perception on life. Like, all of these things have been changed due to me believing in the Lord. So there's no possible way. I don't think of a life, I can't really even, I don't think of life without serving, with the absence of serving the Heavenly Father. And furthermore, just going back to the main point that I was making, that's what really makes me believe that if the Lord has been able to preserve me to this point, I know that whatever I desire, when I sacrifice and I give my portion and give what's due unto the Heavenly Father, then he's going to grant me the things that I personally desire. And furthermore, he's going to grant me more than that, But I just have to do the footwork. So with that, I give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemal Shabbat Shema Kokadash. Shay Kabak, God, well over cause, with Queen number 8. Shalom, with Barak, Shalom. Until next time, I say Shalom.